This is the first day of my 15-day tour to Nepal to complete the Annapurna Base Camp trek. I took this tour in March 2019. It was an all-inclusive package that I bought from Webjet Australia. It included the flights, tour and trek, and it was fantastic value. It also included the guide, porters and food while on the actual trek. There were a few meals in Kathmandu that you need to pay for yourself, but relative to Australia, the food is very well priced. As this was an all-inclusive tour, all I really had to do was turn up at the airport on day one and the rest was taken care of for me. I decided to choose this package as it was extremely well priced at 2,199 Australian dollars, and it took the hassle and worry out of planning the trip myself, although I really probably shouldn't have been too worried about that, because once I landed there I realised that Nepal thrives on tourism, so everything would have just been taken care of, even if I'd organised the trek and the flights and everything myself. So it's really personal choice, but for me, first time round, I was very happy just to go on a tour. So I could have chosen my own airline for a fee within the tour, within the package, but I decided to go with whichever airline was allocated, so as to save a bit of money. The airline ended up being China Southern, which was perfectly fine. I've flown with them before to China, and I have had absolutely no issues with them whatsoever. The one thing I do like about China Southern is they seem to give you a lot of food, and that's important to me because I love food. The flight went from Sydney to Guangzhou, then Guangzhou to Kathmandu. The transit at Guangzhou, and this is coming into Guangzhou now, because it was an early flight out of Sydney, it was kind of a mid-afternoon landing in Guangzhou. But the transit was only about an hour and a half. I can't really remember which one. So I was a little bit concerned. But upon landing, I was given a sticker to wear. So the ground staff knew I had a tight transit. So they were able to direct me to the quick lines. And the staff were just so efficient. And it was such an easy transit. Even though when I saw the initial paperwork, I was really worried about making my flight. Now, the flight into Kathmandu was uneventful, which is just how I like all my flights to be. I arrived late at night, about 10:30 p.m. Look, I think it took longer. Upon landing, I think it took longer to find a landing card than it did to get through customs and passport control. There just didn't seem to be enough cards to go around for everyone. Look, outside the airport was a little chaotic. All I needed to do was find the person holding my name card, which in itself was very exciting as I've never had anyone waiting at the airport for me with a name card. I had a short wait for some other passengers that this trekking company were looking after as well. Those other passengers were doing the Everest. They weren't actually doing Annapurna. So I think I saw them the next day at lunch and then that was it. So I really do hope that they made their trek and they were able to get to base camp. But yeah, so pretty much we were just taken to Tamil to the hotel and just to rest up for the night. And that was day one.